The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut, man. How you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour right here on TFNN.com. We got some wild volatility going on. Looks like some mixed movement there on the Russell as well. I just want to pull it up and double check it, make sure TOS isn't wrong. But anyway, some great movement, and I'm sure y'all have all been loving this volatility, hopefully. So I've been enjoying it, and I look forward to many more months. Thinking positive. Volatility is the best way to hop in there and get plenty of trading opportunities, and there's a lot of ways that you can trade it. Anyways, it looks like Russell's settling on down. We got the S&P is up 31 points on the day. Russell, however, getting hammered currently. Small caps right now down at basically right at settlement at the moment. We got Nasdaq up 76 points. We got the Dow flying up at 297. So some massive moves there. Looking out over at copper. Copper is up a little over 0.5%. We got gold is pretty flat on the day. Silver's down about 0.5%. Oil right now currently up 23 cents. Natural gas is up over 1% on the day, or down over 1% on the day. We got corn on the ags market there down 1%. We got soybeans down 1%. Pound dollar up just a mere 11 pips. We got the euro pound down 41. Getting a lot of volatility in euro pound that we have not had previously. Let's go over here and see, looking at some of the other markets, we got the dollar franc's up 19, dollar yen's up 36, euro yen up 9, Aussie yen currently up 25, Aussie dollar up 18. Bonds are down about 0.25% right now. We got the dollar index up about 20.2% right now. And we got the euro dollar is currently down 37 pips on the day. That gets us caught up on just your current market wrap and where everything is at right here during this lunchtime hour. Let's go ahead and check out some of the trade reviews, and we'll also look at some trade plans as well. Looking at trade reviews, we'll pull those up first, and let's look through those. We got the Aussie dollar last night set up for a nice long trade there, popped on up in the evening, and gave a nice short trade going on back down. So did a good job last night on those trades, and let's keep going. We got euro yen. Try that again. Looks like that having an issue on that link. Okay, let's hop on to euro dollar, and we'll bring that one up here. Euro dollar this morning gave a great little short right there. Basically said, hey, trend's over. It's been going up, up, up. Let's go ahead and turn this thing around and head it on back down. Going on into the pound dollar, we can look at it and see that the market flew on up, gave a great long signal, simple MVP, and looking at that pullback down on the pound dollar right there. So just a nice trend lines. Looking at some profit poppers, got a little bit of chop going on, and I love these profit popper trades, especially on binaries. So whenever I get those, E's and everything, I'll go in, I'll sell, a out of the money binary if I can get one, a little bit higher in the A, or I'll do a in the money binary if I can't. And for current hour, and you can see, they went in and did pretty well overall. Looks like may have had one or two. Looks like one. Let's see, that trade probably would have lost, but let's see, win-win. Let's see, that trade would have moved down. You could have taken profit. That trade popped around, turned around, and going into the end there, never would have triggered that sell would have been profitable. Then it flipped around, gave a long, got a long there, moved on up, pulled on back down on you, but gave you another short. Overall, not looking too shabby. NASDAQ it just took off this morning, been running on up, and gave some nice prop poppers, some nice momentum trades there you could have got into along with it. A really nice trend. Check it out. Gold Gold right here, sort of pretty choppy in the process, pretty flat day on it. A little bit of profit popper action that you might have been able to take advantage of on some days that could have worked out. Overall, just a really choppy market, though, a little bit challenging. We're going into the Russell. The Russell has just, went up and it's pulled on back down. It's just been struggling all day, but look at all these prop poppers, just tons of them lining on up. One of my favorite binary trades. It's one of my original strategies, and just rocking it. Got the DAX. Look at that. So DAX woke up, and up it goes, and pushing on up to 3 deviations there, and just a nice, massive run. And it was already up pretty good early in the morning, but still had another, deviation and a half run after the open here. Dollar index was a little bit on the rise. Check that out. Moving up to 0.5, basically from a low. So got a deviation high to low, or low to high on the day. So CBOE futures had some interesting things going on. I saw this thing on Bloomberg. Bring this one up for you. And the CBOE futures got halted earlier today, third day in a week. And obviously a little hitch, and not a healthy thing for the CBOE Exchange Volatility Index, or VIX, also had a delay opening twice this week. So there's some interesting issues. I mean, that's one of the things about trading that you learn. The longer you're around, the more you realize things can happen, anything can happen. That's why it is so important you follow your trade plan, because you just never know what is going to be going on in the markets. You don't know when Nasdaq's going to break, or Nadex is going to break, or CBOE is going to break. They all have issues. And it's important to understand that does happen. Power outages happen, internet issues happen, exchanges even have issues, and just make sure you got good risk management control. That's one of the nice things about having defined risk on Nadex is if everything does blow up, at least your risk is defined. Going on over, we got the US yen, a couple other stories. We got US yen remaining bearish, Aussie dollar erasing those gains, Wall Street rallying so far on the sturdy earnings data. Dow having the best 7th-day bounce back since 2008. So let's pull that Dow up and check that out right now. Going on over, just trying to give you sort of a review of all the news out there, some of the top headlines, that are popping on up. We already looked at Russell, and pretty clean. Like I said, right here on the MVP, flat this morning, but then a nice clean downtrend going on. Let's go over here and check out the Dow. And right there. And we pull this up. All right, there it goes, loading on up. All right, so the Dow, you can see having a nice rally and moving on up, and moved on up to 1 deviation. You can see how we really hesitated at the 1 deviation mark, and pulling that back from settlement give you a little bit better view, but just a clean, nice trend, and pulls on up, hits the 1 deviation mark, pulls on back up, and hits the 1.5 deviation mark. And still, with the big move was the big breakout that happened here in the early AM. But so anyways, popped on up, and like I said, just a nice clean trend. It was pretty flat for a few hours there, but then it took on off again in the morning, and had Yellen talking and everything else. I'm sure that helps things out. So that's why I tell people always be aware of that news, because you never know, and you don't want to get hit by the bus. And that's why I try to give that to you. It doesn't matter if you're trading the news is going to impact your trading. So right there, Yellen starts talking at 8:30. Look over here and look at this. She starts talking right about here. Margaret starts, boom. She says something that whatever. People liked it at the end as all the press releases came out. Margaret takes off. So you want to know when that news is happening. You want to be aware of it. And, it was at a 1 deviation level, so you're thinking, hey, I got a possible good short. Again, we didn't get a confirmation on going short. So waiting on that confirmation. Still got a long there on the MVP. Looking on over, see what else we got. NASDAQ turning positive for the week. So up 1.8% as of the time of this last article I was looking at, going on and looking at the NASDAQ. And let's see here. So flying on up right there. A great, great day. Up 1.5%. Pulling out and down. Like I said, hit that 1 deviation. A lot of times look for those reversals, but it didn't. It popped on back up some more. Waited on that confirmation. It's at a pending one there. You see a little hey, predictor arrow. Hey, it may be turning soon. Doesn't turn. Keeps going. And here we ought to see it pop short here in just a moment. And that'll catch you up right there on that. Now, looking over at the VIX, what's going on today with all this movement happening. And let me break this down and go back. This is a weekly chart. Let's go ahead and check out the dailies. This, of course, impacting the VIX futures, but also the VIX itself. And we had that massive rise, but then a massive drawdown, but we still had massive volatility. It's just when it's to the upside, the VIX drops. Premium gets cheaper. When it's when the market's crashing, then premium gets more expensive. VIX is still at a very high level. Doesn't mean it's over. It's just we had a rally today, so the VIX goes down. But anyway, so basically the biggest drop we've had in a long time on the VIX. But, of course, it's a day after we had one of the biggest rises we've had in a long time. European shares, looks like they may have their biggest gain in 15 months. They're all of a sudden picking up. So, you may have heard of the plunge protection team, and it looks like it might be in full effect. So check out, what is that book? Creature from Jekyll Island. So, but anyway, so if you go through and check all these out, but doing really well, a lot of positive figures coming on out. And Greek bakes up, election fears, car makers rally, European equity fund has a loss on outflows, et cetera. Just a little summary. But I just look at a lot of the stuff as it flows through on Financial Juice, and I don't let it affect my trading. It's good Monday morning quarterbacking, figure out what happened. Canada stocks rising good as their energy producers do well. And we got the euro dollar falling to fresh lows. Let's go ahead and check out the euro dollar. Pop on over. We'll look at that, and we're going to do some market plans for you as well here in just a moment. This is just the opening segment. And looking at the euro dollar and where it's at. Moving on down here, almost down to one deviation. It is a one deviation high to low, meaning from top to bottom. Didn't quite hit the one deviation level, but we did hit that one deviation high to low. We actually hit it right here at the 0.7 mark. We went up 0.3 deviations, went down one from there. And so right at that point, sort of starts chilling out, does one more little pop, and then pulls on back up. And looks like it might be looking to turn around. It is Friday. It is the afternoon. Things usually start chilling out about this time. Let's see, earnings and all that stuff. What all we have? Let me pull that back up over here, and we'll get into it. Let's see, get rid of some of these and push this on back over here. And but again, we'll go through and we'll look at some of the news that came out as well. But checking into the specific earnings from this morning. Like I said, we had a few of them come out, and some of that was positive, which really did help things out. It came out pretty early in the morning, though, so I wouldn't quite give all the credit to the earnings. That's sort of like the easy headline. It's not necessarily the accuracy, because otherwise it would happen when the earnings were released. But checking out the earnings that we did have here in the last night and this morning. We'll go into that when we get back, but talk about it in just a moment.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock in option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, the Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. And so, again, let's go into the news. We had Google come on last night that popped on back down, affecting the NASDAQ there. This morning we had some early releases on GE on the Dow there as it ran on up. Let's go ahead and maybe we can pull up that chart. Let me see. Let's see. Here's your Google and NASDAQ. You can sort of see the comparison there. If I get the chart to line up on the screen. There we go. And so overnight sort of went in, just dropped on down. And if we zoom in over here, on the NASDAQ, look at last night's, or not last night, but look at the market session. Didn't really get a big move like we normally get. But you know what? When there wasn't really good premium there, I had a couple traders say they did go ahead and push it into a little bit of trades, light contracts. The risk was a little higher than they liked. They were able to profit on the trade. So props to Cameron and the other ones that were able to knock that out. Let's see. Looking at GE, and we'll look at the Dow. And I got this slash there, slash. Come on, click. And then put that one back on up. GE obviously taking off that feeding into the rise in the Dow in the evening as everything took off there. You can see right here, right as that happened, it got released. Didn't see a massive move immediately. Had some move overnight, but then when the market opened up, it started running on up here about midnight and taking off. So that's your earnings reports right there. Let's see, earnings coming up on Monday. We're going to have IBM is coming out at 4 o'clock, so make sure you're aware of that. We also have Apple coming out. They come out after all the bells. Usually come out at, let's see here, usually I've seen them come out at like 4:35. So I may need to update that plan because I accidentally typed 4. But let's see here. I think it's 4:35 is the usual time on Apple. So there's not really enough time to be able to trade that. All right. And let's see here. I think that's just a typo. So I got that taken care of. And I look at the wire release time so I can know when to expect it to impact the market. Let's see. Let's look over at a couple other charts real quick, checking out today's stuff that's going on with the news and everything else and what news reports are coming up on Monday for you so you can be prepared. And so diving on in here to the dollar CAD. And let that load on up. And we were looking at this morning. We had a trade on the U.S. building permits and housing starts. We were looking at an 8 to 10. And so if we go on over here, we go 8 a.m., right here, 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, right over here. Then about 19 pips, we were expecting 30 or less. We got the less, so profitable trade. We also had U.S. building permits back on over on the euro dollar. We pulled that one on back up. That was an 8:30 release on the U.S. building permits and housing starts. Was when the release came out. It was 8:30, looking at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And let's see how that one did. A little bit more movement there on the euro than on the CAD. And let's see here. So right there on the open down to 10 o'clock, had about 60 pips of movement. So a little over double what we expected. So that one didn't work out quite as well, a little bit more volatile there. And not usually seeing that kind of volatility on a Friday morning on the euro dollar, but not usually seeing a lot of the volatility we're seeing right now. Anyway, so at least it did that's a summary for the market wrap for that trade. What do we got? CAD trade, like I said, did well. We have another CAD trade coming up. And that's going to be an 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. And that's going to be on the CAD wholesale sells, okay? And again, CAD wholesale sells. And we'll be looking to get in at 8 a.m. for a 10 a.m. expiration on Monday for a minimum profit of $30 on the trade. That will catch you up on the news for Monday. What kind of news do we got coming up next week that you want to just be aware of in general? I'm going to do that right over here. Okay. Looks like we have, like I said, we're going to have China's GDP is going to come out. That's going to be something that's going to impact the yen pairs and also will impact the Aussie pairs. So just be aware of that. And then, let's see, what else do we got? We got not necessarily a tradable event, just to be aware event. Again, that's 10 o'clock on China doing those releases. Going on into Tuesday. We'll talk about that when we get back. Stay right there.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So that wraps up the news plans there. We got you all caught up. And let's go ahead and just, we'll roll into some other things now, get going. We got this week's news. We got next week's news. Yellen's Futures Out crop report, all that fun stuff. And let's see here. We'll go into, mainly I'd like to just go through some of the charts with you, run through those. Let's pull up the S&P right now. And I called out a trade this morning, and it did get filled, which is pretty cool. It just didn't get filled. It didn't get filled during our show, but I was waiting on it to move up to that price. And on the bull-bear binary hour with Tommy O'Brien, I said, hey, you know what? I am excited about this S&P moving up. I am looking to go short. I'm waiting either on a confirmation on a break below that one deviation level. Didn't get that confirmation during the show, but I said, but I am waiting on it to hit. And I said, if it hits 1892, I am short, which is just right below that 1.5 deviation level. And said I'd have a stop at 1897. My first target profit would be 1889. Then, of course, I'm going to move like trailing it down from here using the 10-minute deviation method. Next potential profit target would be just right there above 1870. I'd actually have it at 1872 would be my next take profit target on the S&P right now. So if you did take that trade where I said, hey, when it gets to 1892, I'm looking to go short, and you want to know the follow-up on that now that we're in that trade, so since it just got in here a little bit ago, then we're already a nice solid, what is that? We're 12, a little over, about 12 points up right now on the trade, a little bit more than that at the moment, and so not too shabby. That's a $600 profit at the moment. I would be tightening my stops right now. And like I said, I tighten them up just to teach you on the 10-minute deviation method. You get the deviation levels over inside the scanner there. But on the bar that, touches within this right here, so we're going to look at this high, 1881.75. The highest I'd have it up would be 5 ticks above that, so it would be at 1883 would be where I'd have my stop trading on this method. I think I saw somebody else in the den that also may have a short going on, too, a little bit ago. And they have it at 1884. So, yeah, I got mine at 1883. And my next goal is for it to get on down to just above that deviation, so 1872. And I'd probably actually look to take profit versus just trail my stop at that point, because I'd be looking for a bounce. I'd not be surprised for it to bounce off 1872. That was my original entry this morning we were talking about, getting in 1872, riding that on up to 1878, then 1883, then 1890. And then once it hit 1892, hopping on out, and those are the 3 targets, had to stop at 1863. And that's the day trading plan so far on the S&P. These are just the ones I put out at night right now. I'm working on getting this together, making a newsletter for you. But it basically just lays out what I do is I do diagnostic analysis. It's the heart of diagnostic trading. And I dive in. I do Fibonacci levels. I do support resistance. I look at golden and Gann. I look at trend lines. I look at highs and lows. I look at magnet price levels, and I look at deviation levels. And basically to find out where the orders are, where's going to be the high probability order zones where markets are going to go. And, I work with a couple other traders, so I'm putting all this together. And because it takes quite a bit of time for every single market. And can't wait to get it out there. So getting close to trying to get that process down so I can get it out to you in a clean, timely, clear manner. But anyway, so long trade worked out great. Short trade's going very well. Like I said, looking probably for a bounce off 1872 if it does get back down there by the end of the day. And where would I be going on that trade? It'd be the same thing we did before and have it stop at 1863, just below the 0.5 deviation level. And my target, if it does get down there, is going to be going back up to 1878, just below the 1 deviation level, and then 1883, and then 1890. Again, I don't know if we're going to get all the way back up. Probably be happy just to be able to get in and grab another 6 points on the trade before the day wraps up. But we'll see. We may get taken out on this one. There'll still be a nice profit on the trade. I would lock in about, we'll see, 1892, getting out at 1883. We're a point away. So lock it at 9 points. Not too bad. Anyway, so, you got to give up a little bit of that room, if you're going to let it run. Now, the other option is you can go in and you can look at hedging. You could go in, you could possibly put on a spread. So let's just maybe take a little look and see, is there a spread you could hedge with right now if maybe you don't want to use a stop? And what I mean is a spread to protect your profit. So sometimes, like, you're going to give up, whenever you do a trailing stop, you're always risking some of your profit, right? Well, what if you could risk some of your profit and at the same time not have to have that stop? So that way if it goes up and just barely takes your stop, you're out of the trade, and then you got to turn around and, decide if you want to get back in or not on the trade. So that may not be something you want to do. So let's look at the S&P, and I don't know if there's a spread right now or not, but I'm going to check it. Pulling up the diagnostic scanner here, and I'm going to go in and say, $100 max risk, 0.5. I'm going to say buy because we're in a short there, and to see is there any good trade that I can put on. And I have to basically multiply the risk number, or this. I can actually look at this number for the. So I could give up 4 points here. That actually is not bad. It's only going to give me 19 minutes, though, so I'm not really a fan. Like, why give up $50 for 19 minutes? Unless you just want to see if it rides out, and by the end of the hour it comes on back down. That'd be the only reason I'd potentially do that. But, I mean, you'd be giving up, like I said, $50 on that trade out of the gate. And which is only 1 point. It's not massive, but it's only 19 minutes. And looking on down, it looks like probably, so that's going to be a little bit higher than you want to. That's like 5 points. So that's not going to be worth it. Yeah, not really a great hedge at the moment. So the only other hedges you could possibly do would be going over to the binary scanner. And yes, you can hedge with binaries. It's not as efficient or as effective, but sometimes it can still be, a good choice to do. I prefer spreads, but you got to have a spread line up with the right level there. And so if we go down here, we look at, okay, where are we at right now? We're at 1881. We didn't quite hit it. We missed my stop was 1883. We got to 1882.5. So we're still heading on down. So what would happen if we went in here And we checked out, okay, what about, 4 o'clock, 4:15. Let's say I'm going to look at holding the position at the end of the day. And what if it didn't get up to 1883 roll? Right now, that's just way too expensive. There's a lot of premium in the binaries. So really not a great hedge. Long-term, short-term, you could go in and, potentially there's like $20. That's basically the same trade we talked about before, $100. But the difference on this one is if it did pop up before the end of the hour, then you could risk, less than $100 on the trade and you'd make $400. So, that's not a bad scenario, in there if you want to give that up. But again, that'd have to expire above 1885. We're talking about it popping back up a few points, which is even past where we have our stop. If you moved on down to 1883, you'd have to risk 150 in order to make about 350 on the trade if it did expire above 1883. And it got close. It got really close just a second ago. But right now, I think I'm just going to stick with the trailing stop on that one. All right, well, that's a plan there for the S&P. We can go in. Let's look at, let's go with the Aussie. See what we got going on here. And so on the Aussie dollar, let me pull that chart up for you. We'll go through and look at it. See if we have any trades left. And the only one I called out this morning, though, was the S&P on that 1892 short. And once that loads up, we got a series of buys and sells. See where the market's at right now. See how the plan came together. All right, so let's back up a little bit. We had a run up, then a run back down. And, okay, so had a buy earlier in the morning at 87.60. So that popped up really during the Euro session. And so once it hits 87.60, let's see, what was our high on this bar? I just want to see real quick. So 87.57. It goes on. Also, the MVP converted, so, you could have got in earlier if you would have got in right at 87.60, or you could have waited on the MVP confirmation or waited on a 10-minute breakout, any of the three. But anyways, 87.60 being the plan. Target being 8,800, going for a 40-pip profit. It moves on up, takes its time. But by about 8:30 in the morning, we do get on up there to that 8,800. So that does take profit. Had a stop down at 87.20 for a 40-pip 1-to-1 risk-reward ratio. Let's see here. We had 86.85. Obviously, we didn't get down to there, so that doesn't matter. We have an 88.20 sell. So it's moving on up to 8,800. I don't think, but let's see here. We did not hit 88.20. We hit 88.11. Too bad. So I had a short just below the one deviation that I was looking for going short on that trade. Could have taken an MVP short still, possibly, but really that trade didn't quite hit the goal. Had a buy a little bit higher up at 88.60. Didn't go high enough. If it kept going, I was going to expect it to go on higher. And then have a sell if it went really high up to 89.30 to go on short, but we're not going to hit that before the end of the day. So it looks like we got that one long trade. Nothing else has set up, and that's pretty much the wrap there on the Aussie. What do we got left in the Euro? There's going to be a lot of steam. I'm just trying to see, if we got anything. This time of day versus being early in the morning. Looking on at the Euro dollar. Come on, open it up. There we go. All right, so we moved up, moved down a little bit of choppiness going on. Had a sell up at 28.35, and it looks like it hit that right here. Hit 28.35. You got another opportunity this morning at 8 o'clock to get in at 28.35. Just barely, I think, nicked it. Yep, 28.36. So, it got right, or 28.35 to the tick. Then had a stop up at 28.60 with a take profit down at 28.10. So, or at least as a first target at a minimum. So, hopping in there, not a massive trade, but, still made 50 pips on it, so not too bad. That was way too many pips. 25 pips on the trade. And with a 25 pip stop. So, not too bad, 25 pips there. And then had a buy at 28.85, did not get that high. Had a sell. Let's see here, at 27.85. We did come on down lower. We had that first target at 28.10. You could have went for the next target as well, 27.85. Could have taken it lower if you wanted to. But the next entry I had was 27.85 to go short. Take profit. Goal 1, 27.60, then 27.22. We've hit the 27.60. We have not hit the 27.22 yet. Probably would have been wise to have another take profit go right there just above the one deviation level. And I just want to note that on my own comments. I had the 0.7, I had the 1.5. And so, anyways, it would have if I didn't have it in my plan, but if I would have had it in my plan, I would have had a 27.40, and that would have been good. But just got to make sure I pay attention to that. Looking on over at had a buy down at 27.17, haven't gotten low enough to get that. Have another buy down at 27.02, haven't got low enough to get that, and a sell at 29.65, I've got high enough to get that. So not too bad. We got a nice little long trade, got a nice little short trade, and short trade we got 2 of them actually. So 3 trades out of the S&P. Russell was really choppy. I want to pull this up and see just sort of how this looked. I mean, Russell's just been a little bit weird today. But, I mean, I guess it had a decent trend. It's just on, just tick size bars. Looks a little choppier. Hopping on over to the Russell. And looking at the signals here. Okay, so what we were looking at was a buy in the morning there at 10.89. So you had a chance right here to get on in this trade. You had another chance to get in the trade, really right here on the open here at 9, a little bit past the open, like 9:50, 10 o'clock. Take profit level where the orders were going to be sitting at. 10.89 would be up at 10.95. So that's where I expected all the orders to be sitting. It popped on up, and the high was 10.95.6. So that's the magic of confluence and magnets. Went on up and hit that. Then, of course, I had a sell at the exact same price, 10.95, with a target of 10.89. And just to show you this right over here is what I'm referencing. So a buy right there, and then stop, target, and then go short the other way with a sell at 10.95. Moved on down. First take profit on target on that one was 10.89. We've obviously hit that number. And then the next potential entry that I had was, and the 10.89, you could have added in some more, but that's right above settlement. So could add some more targets. Let's see here. Let me put in a note. Okay. And let's see, what do we got? Okay, so trying to see, 10.75, 10.68. Got a sell if it breaks below that. Give us another buy. So just if you want to get that plan down, again, I have a buy at 10.75. Looking for it to bounce back off that. If it does do that, then I have a sell at 10.68, expecting it to drop down to 10.53, where I have another buy, expecting a bounce on back up. Anyways, but the trades worked out well there. Even with the flatness in the morning, I mean, you would have been sitting there for a while, a little bit nervous. It'd have been a little bit nerve-wracking long trade, just the way that was going. But the plan, magnets are magnets. They pull the market to them. All right, that wraps up those. Let me look at maybe a few others for you. We'll go over and dive into. Let's see here. First, we'll dive into the pound dollar. We'll shift it up a little bit. Go in and see what we got here on the pound dollar, because it's still open versus gold being shut down in the pits at least. And on the pound dollar, just got 4 setups on the day. And let's see where we're at. We got okay, I'll cover those when we get back after this break. Stay right there.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
We're told to follow our passion and everything else will fall into place. I hope that's what each of you are doing each and every day. Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com, and my passion for technical analysis is what led me to the most fundamental discovery in pattern recognition, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator, market scanner, and trading strategy, a set of tools that identify the momentum and power of the trend, the likes of which have never been seen before, for every market and every time frame. Yes, folks, the trend is your friend, unless you're on the other side. New to technical analysis? This is the place to start. And experienced traders take advantage of the trend like never before. Experience the power of the Rhodes Momentum Indicator each day, available to subscribers of my newsletter service, Mastering Probability. I guarantee your satisfaction for the next 30 days unconditionally, so there's no risk to you other than being on the wrong side of the trend. Mastering Probability, available on the homepage of TFNN.com. And folks, live with passion.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David White as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. All right, so we're going through a few additional markets here. I got pound dollar on up, and we got just a couple trades on that. Pretty simple here. We'll go through and run through them. What we're looking at, and some of these trades are, they're still valid. They don't go away. The levels don't just disappear. So don't feel like I'm just looking at yesterday's news here. This is stuff you can still use. All right, I was looking at a sell at 61.30 and missed it by a hair. So right there, it triggered off at 61.25. And that was our high for the day. So that's a little bit of a shame because it was going to go on down to 60, 60, then 60, 40. We got the 60, 60 right there. Didn't quite go down to the 60, 40. We did hit target 1. Unfortunately, trade was not triggered on that one. Let's see. Got another sell, though, to go in short at 60, 90. And that one, we would have been looking for a target of 60-60 as well. So fortunately, we did get that one. Went on up, and then when it comes on down in the morning, we got a couple opportunities on this one, actually. But when it came on down here, we got the 60-90 and came on down to 60-60, then 60-40, and then 59-70 on this trade. So that pretty much wraps up that one. We were looking for, if it did get to 62.05, we had a sell. That'll be my next area to sell, but we haven't got up there yet. And I got a buy at 60.30, and I may have just missed that one. Yeah, got a low 60.28. So I wasn't up at 3 a.m. But if you were, we had to buy it 60.30. And so it came out in a 60.30, and the target was going up to 60.80. So nice big profitable trade with the stop at 59.90, 40 tick risk there, and moving on up. So it went on up to 60.80 and did a great job. And then we had, like I said, the potential sell there at 60.90 and another sell at 61.30. 61.30 was missed. The 60.90, by the way, had a stop at 61.40, so it did not get triggered on that one. So you could have got short here, or both times, whatever. Like I said, we never hit 60.40. Had that stop right behind the 0.5 deviation level. Glad I did, or else that one would have got hit. But that's your pound dollar report there. The two sells right there. That one was missed. That one was taken. That one was this price was not yet hit, so not really missed, but just. And then the buy triggered early in the AM. Now, I'm hoping to get these out before the Euro session, so you'll be able to get those 3 a.m. reports for when the Euro session opens on up. Let's see here. What else we got? We only got a few minutes left. I don't know if we have time to cover any more of the markets. I may try to pull one more. Let's see when the music starts playing, though. I got to slow it on down. We look at maybe oil. Oil's been a little interesting today. We'll try to pull that off before the time's up. Let's see here. So looking on over at oil, by the way, reminder, oil is in rollover process. So get ready, into the day today. If you have not rolled over already, go ahead and get ready to roll on over on oil. But you should be doing that here in about 30 minutes. You should be rolled over. If your futures, you probably should have already rolled over or in process. By Monday, you should definitely be rolled over. Got a lot of bullishness going on. Didn't really have any sell setups. Wasn't comfortable with any sells late with what's going on in oil. Had a buy at 80, never hit the buy at 80. Had a buy up at 85.70, never hit that. Had one other buy at 83.70. That one was triggered. And looked for a move on up to 84. That was hit. And had a potential other targets of 84.60 and 85.60. Didn't quite get up to those. We did get that first profit target. So one trade on oil that got triggered so far today, and that did fantastic. All right, y'all have a great day, and I'll see you Monday here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated fulvic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. You're watching Tiger TV.